Often speak about charities on the show and how, in these very difficult economic times, they can be their own worst enemy, putting people off from donating, when all the while for years they've done their very best in fundraising, helping each other, and generally supporting the charities that matter to them. But then there are some situations that really are, well, totally avoidable, but are brought on by these alleged celebrities, do-gooders, that actually ruin it for the charity themselves. So much so that that said charity now could be looking to lay off staff, seemingly because their recent event lost so much money, millions in fact. But could this be the reason why? Mouthy celebrities. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. And as ever, thank you so much for your company today. Thank you also for enjoying the Charlie Chaplin video. Yeah, a strange story that. Funny, isn't it, how you remember bits of it, but not all. And thank you for your kind comments about the beautiful Chaplin co-star, Claire Bloom. What a beauty. What a lady as well. Very elegant, very down to earth, very sweet woman, Lovely to meet these people. So thrilled, so honored, as one can imagine. Back as ever though to this particular story, because it's really a case of you've only got yourself to blame. Now, what's interesting here, what I find fascinating with these particular people is the charity, the Red Nose Day sort of charity that we recently had over here in the United Kingdom just last month, was normally one of those big events that everybody got involved with. A huge telethon broadcast on the BBC, charity single by a famous pop group attached, and all of those little strange things that were sold in supermarkets, all raising money for a good cause. Now, whether you like the causes or not, nonetheless, people got behind it. Companies donated millions, people did their little fundraising things, and everybody has a sense of worth. But then a couple of years ago, quite a few people decided to step forward and do this. In particular, the Labour Shadow Minister, David Lammy, alongside another alleged comedian, Sir Lenny Henry. This was all regarding the fact that they didn't require, for Red Nose Day, white saviours, as they claimed. Now, what's interesting here is this was all regarding the videos that say celebrities of white skin colour went out to certain areas of Africa and went to meet the people that required the funding, the charity the most. Apparently this was offensive to, well, we're not quite sure. But these loudmouths who benefit from, of course, that particular charity, including Sir Lenny Henry, who gets prime time television exposure, well, decided to say this in print, on social media. Well, guess what? This year's celebration has become a huge flop. 2 years ago, it had over 20 million more. This year, it barely scraped in 32 million. Now, according to a very good source working for the Red Nose Day charity, they're now struggling also to get the donations to be, shall we say, given. People donate quite hastily on the night, sometimes to get the publicity for their particular company or indeed themselves, and then, well, it's hard to get the money afterwards. But not only that, thanks to the loudmouth Gobby, Lemmy, and of course Sir Lenny Henry, the bottom line is this: people simply have stopped donating. It's turned off the great British public. So much so, as I say, that now that particular charity could be looking at huge layoffs. Now, given the fact that both these individuals are incredibly wealthy, we've yet to see exactly how much they personally donated to this year's personal charity from their own wealth. And as I've said to you before, the thing with the celebrities getting involved with charity work is this: wouldn't it be nice when they pop up on the screen with those individual videos begging you to donate to WaterAid or UNICEF or whatever it is, if they were saying, well, I donated this much this year, this much last year, but no, it's all about you donating. Basically, these two people, amongst many others, have decided that Red Nose Day, which is normally a fun celebration, has made so many of us turn off and decide once again not to give so generously. As I say, back to those two. How do you plan to now fill in the huge deficit that your, well, shall we say, ridiculous statement caused? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.